This is lockdown.
The protagonist of the film is a 19-year-old, extremely violent, teenager who is transferred to adult jail.
And the term that's used for that is starred up.
Starred up means you're a leader. Why you attack people for the principle instead of losing pride.
He's been put in with the big boys and the wrong uns and whatnot, which must be daunting. And it was really exciting for me as an actor as well to try and unravel the headspace that he must be in and the psychology and exactly who the kid is, why he's intolerable in young offenders. He's either a brat or he's either older than his years. There's someone that's fought through this system who throughout is being made to be convinced that he's not of any use or worth. You know, the fact that he's got that resilience to him, like in many cases again, I've always had interest in it, so I feel very flattered that I'm in a position where I can portray it.
I'm going to tell you something, all right? This here, it's not no young offenders turnout, all right? They will fucking tangle you. The killers. They'll make it look like suicide.
He encounters his father, and there is a sort of collision of two very powerful male characters who have, a reason to see each other, a very strong family reason, but also a reason to reject each other and to get out of each other's way.
What we know about Neville is that he's, he's in there. He's a long-term prisoner. He's one of the he's high up on the food chain of prisoners.
It went in yesterday, bruv.
No, it didn't. You think we don't check? And don't call me bruv.
No, I swear to you, Nev.
He is always doing something that is unexpected.
Get your people now.
Yeah, but I ain't got no tech, bruv.
One of the other major characters in the movie is a character of Oliver, who is the prison therapist who reaches out to try to offer some hope to Eric and his troubled experience. And this is played by Rupert Friend.
You know, Eric sort of never really had a present father figure, and I don't think Oliver did either, but Oliver's obviously older and doesn't have a partner or children, and as Nev puts it, doesn't have a life outside of the jail, which I think is true.
Do you have a family? You got family? You got someone you go home to at night? Huh? Or would you rather be doing fucking bang up? Closed in with all the rest of us, you sick fucking no-life sado cunt. Essentially, Oliver is the other father figure, right? And I think from Nev's point of view, he's a very dangerous father. Nev sees him as a very sort of pompous, but very dangerous.
Throughout the story, with every relationship that Eric obtains, sort of indicates certain voids where he's trying to maybe compensate for that exist in himself. Maybe the lack of a father figure. You know, Oliver then offers a substitute for that. And he tries to resent it at first, which I thought was fascinating.
You're doing here? I was going to ask you if you'd like to walk to group together. I'm in this shithole.
Well, I feel at home here.
So this is where you open up to me and build trust, is it?
Yeah. There is definitely something that draws Oliver to Eric, whether it's, the desire to save somebody who is almost beyond saving, whether it's that kind of Mother Teresa thing, or whether it's that almost paternal love that sometimes you can get for somebody. Welcome.
My work, I called it shame violence intervention. So it was shame / violence intervention. And what I tried to do is make an intervention with violent prisoners to enable them to handle their shame in such a way that they wouldn't have to violently enact in order to, as it were, put the shame into somebody else.
I'd done a little research into Jonathan and his work. It was all assumptions, assuming what he did, and I knew that it was on a very intimate basis. He worked with prisoners and he allowed an environment in which for prisoners to feel comfortable with confiding in him.
You're in a group and he warms you up into the heat of the moment with discussion, with any topic, you know, no inhibitions at all. That's all stripped away. You have these discussions and it can go anywhere. And in the heat of the moment, he encourages you to focus and center that energy, to pacify yourself, to deal with your anger. That's true power in the control.
You got a topic?
For the group discussion. No, I'm just listening, ain't I?
It's a technique that is fascinating, was fascinating to me to find out about, and is very, it works, and I was very keen to try to get as close to the real thing as possible.
In the rehearsals and the prep period, we were able to stage some equivalents of the type of group scenes that were going on when Jonathan was working within the prison system.
Maybe you don't feel comfortable accepting help from other people. I know I don't. Makes me wonder what's in it for them.
Laying yourself open.
Vulnerable, innit?
So why'd you do it then?
What?
Let me the fucking shampoo, you mag.
Because you had some fucking shit in your hair. Said you had some fucking shit in your hair, so I gave you some fucking shampoo.
And we're filming here in the Crumlin Road Jail in Belfast, which was a working prison right up until the 1980s.
You don't have to imagine much in this setting. You know, it's a prison. It's freaking cold. The walls are scaling. You've got flipping mold on the walls, and it's the smell. It's all here.
We are in a prison. We are freezing, but it's perfect for the film. It is perfect. This Crumlin Road prison. It's not being used anymore. You've got the tours happening around us while we're filming. We get people looking at us like we are real prisoners, and I think it's probably the best location I've ever worked on because you do feel real.
I mean, we've all basically been chilling out in cells most of the time, as our kind of green rooms or whatever it is. No one's had any trailers or anything like that. It's all been living in the prison.
None of us have been to prison, yeah, that's the truth. None of the actors have. But there are a few characters who are played by ex-inmates, and having them around on set, having them around early doors when we were kind of during the audition process, really helped us to get an understanding of how prison operates.
I always have a strong sense from David that he respects and actually actively wants me as the writer to explore my authentic, autonomous voice.
Double jab.
David always makes time for you to talk these things through and make sure you know where you're at. And sometimes it is kick, bollock, scramble, and that's the nature of it, and we all knew this before we turned up. But one thing that I'm somehow certain of is the fact that everything we put in the camera, I've at least given 2 or 3 variations where I feel that it's some of my best work.
It would only work if everyone was as committed and talented as everyone is on this, because if you had one diva or ego or not particularly talented person, the whole thing would just grind along. But we're so fortunate to have the cast and crew that we have.
You know, you get a feeling on a film set where this is okay, this is good, but I feel that we're making something quite special here. I really do believe that this production will open a lot of eyes. I think the acting talent we have, some of the actors I've worked with have been fantastic. The crew members we have here are DOP, Michael, Ronan Hill on sound. It has just been such a really, really wonderful experience. And I think the audience will see that. I think they will really, really get a flavour of what it's like to be locked up and starred up.